I've been pulling logs out of this pile here. It's quite a large pile of logs right there. And I've been pulling them out. Some of them I've pulled into this little area here. And a couple more I've got pulled onto just around the corner. I'll show you after. And then I've got one right now, it's midway, and I'm going to pull it, and it should come out somewhere here onto the road. And these are some others that I pulled out earlier. These actually I pulled off of this side of the road, down in here. It's about 4 feet by about 16 inches in diameter. And this one here is about pretty much the same. Okay, so I'm going to set up the camera here, and hopefully you get to see this guy come out. Okay, so let's just go with that and let's see what happens. Hanging up on something. I'm gonna go take a look. There's a big stump that it's bringing up against, and I'm going to just try and give it one pull, and then if it doesn't come out, I'm going to have to re-sling it. Success. Okay, so that must be 25 feet or so. Now what these are is it's just logging waste. It's when they logged this area 8-10 years ago, they decided some of the stuff they didn't want. Probably this one you can see that wasn't going to make good lumber. They just leave it. They pile it up and leave it. But inside, believe it or not, because it's been hung up off the ground, it's quite solid. They make good firewood. So this is Douglas fir, and this is my arrangement here. And here's the stump it was hung up against. The idea of the size of that stump. And here's the other ones I pulled out earlier. See, they were pretty much a straight pull out of that pile. And that last one I pulled it, and it went kind of up in there. But these ones, again, they're Douglas fir, and yeah, it's all pretty dry too. Look at that, that's dry. Hung up in the pile. So I'm gonna get to work and buck these up. it's a few hours later, and all that wood I've hauled down there, that big log and the two beefy ones, the little guys, it's all been sawed and split and piled in the truck. And the sun came out, and the sun has made work very hot. That's all that stuff. So I've got enough room in here for another tier or so. So I've come over to where I dragged these out earlier, and you get a better look at where they came from in that pile. So I'm going to saw these up, and they won't all fit in the truck, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to saw them up, and I'm just going to toss the extra pieces down in there out of sight in case someone else comes in looking for wood. And I'll either come back this evening or tomorrow morning and get them. So here's that first log cut into blocks, and I think for today it's getting kind of warm. I'm just going to load these in the truck in rounds. They're not very big, about 6 inches or so in diameter, and I'll load the first one and see what kind of a load I've gotten. Like I say, I'm probably not going to have it all fit in, so I'll buck the rest up and I'll throw it down there in the woods. So here we are, a little later, the end of the day. Now, those logs that were here, I've cut them all up. Many I've split. It is chock-a-block full. The others, as I say, I hid down in here a little ways. There's not very many left. There's only maybe the equivalent of about a dozen pieces, maybe. I put several pieces in behind the seat here, about a dozen pieces in here. So that can be cleaned up. It's not going to ruin anything. And I put just the chainsaw without the case and the gas in the back with the wood, and this is up front here, so I won't have to smell the gas all the way home. Anyway, that's it. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock. I've been here about 6 hours, I guess. And the sun has come out, and it's a lovely day.